Okay, in the previous video, I had left out excuse me, two particular scriptures that that I saw important as well, that fit in. And before I continue on to the other scriptures about the Most High Yah not hearing, why he will not hear our prayers, I'm gonna go ahead and read what the last two scripts are that I left out. This one is from Matthew chapter 19, starting from verse 6. Let me see. 16. And see, one came and said to him, Good teacher, what good will I do to have everlasting life? And he said to him, Why do you call me good? No one is good except one, the Supreme Elohim. But if you pray to enter into life, guard the commands. He said to him, Which? And Yahusha said, You will not murder, you will not commit adultery, you will not steal, you will not bear false witness, respect your father and your mother, and you will love your neighbor as you love yourself. The young man said to him, All these I have watched over from my youth. What do I still lack? Yahusha said to him, If you wish to be perfect, go, sell what you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, and come follow me. And when the young man heard the word, he went away sad because he had many possessions. And Yahusha said to his taught ones, disciples, Truly I say to you, that it is hard for a rich man to enter into the reign of the Shamayim, heaven. And again I say to you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the reign of the Supreme Elohim. And when his taught ones, disciples, heard it, they were very astonished, saying, Who then is able to be saved? And looking intently, Yahusha said to them, With men this is impossible, but with the Supreme Elohim all is possible. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the entire matter. Fear the Supreme Elohim and guard his commands, for this applies to all mankind. For the Supreme Elohim will bring every work into right ruling, including all that is hidden, whether good or whether evil. Job chapter 27, verse 8 and 9. For what is the expectancy of the defiled one when he does cut off, when Allah take away his life? I'll say that again. For what is the expectancy of the defiled one when he does cut off, when our Supreme Elohim takes away his life? Would Almighty Allah hear his cry when distress come upon him? Job chapter 35, verse 12 and 13. There they cry, but he answers not, because of the pride of evil ones. Only it is false that the Almighty Allah does not hear, and that the Almighty pays no attention to it. Psalms Tehillim, chapter 66, verse 18. Let me Let's see. If I have seen wickedness in my heart, Yahuwah would not hear. Tahalim, Psalms, chapter 18, verse 40 and 41. And you have made my enemies turn their backs. As for those hating me, I cut them off. They cry, but no one is there to save. To Yahuwah, but he answers them not. Mashali, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 24 through 25. Because I called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no one inclined. And you spurned all my counsel and would not yield to my reproof. Let me also laugh at your calamity, mock when your dread comes. When your dread comes like a storm, and your calamity come like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Let them then call on me, but I answer not. Let them seek me, but not find me. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahuwah. They did not accept my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore, let them eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own counsels. Okay, Mashli, Proverbs chapter 21, verse 13. Whoever shuts his ears to the cry of the poor, let him also cry and not be heard. Okay. Mashli chapter 28, verse 9. I'll just read it. He who turns away his ear from hearing the Torah, the commandments, even his prayer is an abomination. He who causes the straight to go astray in an evil way falls into his own pit, but the perfect inherit the good. A rich man is wise in his own eyes, but the poor who has understanding searches him out. Yirmiyahu, chapter 11, verse 11 through 14. Okay. Therefore, thus said Yahuwah, see, I am bringing evil on them which they are unable to escape. Then they will cry out to me, but I will not listen to them. And the cities of Yahudah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, will go and cry out to the Elohim, to whom they burn incense, but they will bring no deliverance to them at all in the time of their evil. For your Elohim have become as many as your cities, O Yehudah, and you have set up as many altars to shame as there are streets in Jerusalem, altars to burn incense to Baal, which means Lord, literally. And you do not pray for this people, or lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I do not hear them in the time that they cry out to me because of their evil. This is Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah chapter 14, I'm starting from verse 10. Okay. So says Yahuwah to this people, so they have loved to wander. They have not restrained their feet. Therefore Yahuwah has not accepted them. Now he does remember their crookedness and punish their sins. And Yahuwah said to me, do not pray for this people for their good. When they fast, I do not hear their cry. And when they offer burnt offering and grain offering, I do not accept them. Instead, I am consuming them by sword, and by scarcity of food, and by pestilence. But I said, sovereign Yahuwah, see, the prophets say to them, you are not to see a sword, nor have scarcity of food, for I give you true peace in this place. Then Yahuwah said to me, the prophets prophesy falsehood in my name. I have not sent them, nor commanded them, nor spoken to them. They are prophesying to you a false vision, worthless divination, and the deceit of their own heart. Okay. Yeshayahu, Isaiah chapter 59, 2 through 3. But your crookedness, I'll just read from 1. Look, the hand of Yahuwah has not become too short to save, nor his ear too heavy to hear. But your crookedness have separated you from your supreme Elohim, and your sins have hidden his face from you from hearing. For your hands have been defiled with blood, and your fingers with crookedness. Your lips have spoken falsehood, your tongue mutters unrighteousness. Verse 4. No one calls for righteousness, and no one pleads for truth. They trust in emptiness and speak worthless. They conceive trouble and bring forth wickedness. Okay, so this is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 15. But I'm going to read a little bit further up. 13, from 13. So, stop bringing futile offerings. Incense, it is an abomination to me. New moons, Shabbats, the calling of meetings, I am unable to bear unrighteousness and assembly. My being hates your new moons and your appointed times. They are trouble to me. I am weary of bearing them. Now, these are traditions of men, things that that was practiced, that was not his. The Most High Yah set apart holy days. And today what we celebrate, like Halloween, but if not Halloween, it's Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, all this other stuff. And when you spread out your hands, I hide my face. Where am I? Oh, and when you spread out your hands, I hide my eyes from you. Even though you make many prayers, I do not hear. Your hands have become filled with blood. Wash yourselves, make yourselves clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Stop doing evil. Learn to do good. Seek right ruling. Reprove the oppressor. Defend the fatherless. Plead for the widow. Come now, and let us reason together, says Yahuwah. Though your sins are like scarlet, they will be as white as snow. Though they are red like crimson, they will be as wool. If you submit and obey, you will eat the good of the land. But if you refuse and rebel, you will be devoured by the sword, for the mouth of Yahuwah has spoken. Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 15. Then he said to me, "Have you seen this, O son of man? You are to see still greater abominations than these." And he brought me into the inner court of the house of Yahuwah, and there, at the door of the Hikal of Yahuwah, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs toward the Hikal of Yahuwah, and their faces towards the east, and they were bowing themselves eastward to the sun worship. And one of the sun worships was at Sunday worship. They have the sun between 11 and 12, when the main service starts. That's when the sun sets at its highest. And they praise and worship Lord, which is literally Baal, Satan, Easter, based on it, Christmas, any of these pagan holidays and worship days is surrounded by sun worship. These are great abominations.